whatever.
All right. So how's the racing been so far this season?
It's been good. Unfortunately, one of my guys, Colt, is injured at the moment, so looking forward to having Colt come back and get his life started on the beta, which will be cool. Ferrandis is doing great on the new ride on the Honda, and then obviously Kitchen's doing well. Also on the new ride on the Cowies, so it's good to see that. And then next week in Detroit, got some of the East Coast guys that'll be starting up with Evan Ferry, so that'll be awesome. But yeah, I mean, it's been good so far. I mean, it's been a crazy couple of weekends, right, with the mud up in Frisco and San Diego. But I mean, it's I'm glad I'm not racing anymore, that type of thing. But it is entertaining to watch, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, I think the racing's been good. I think the mud. The good thing about the mud is that it's really kind of changed things up a little bit, right? Like I think a lot of people thought, oh, Jet won the first race, he's just going to win every single race forever, like he'll never lose. I think that was a sentiment of like a lot of fans. I mean, there were some people in the industry that were thinking the same thing. So, not that I want to see him do bad or anything like that, but the mud definitely changed that dynamic of somebody going, undefeated, like what he did in outdoors. But yeah, I mean, it's been a weird kind of throw in situation with the mud, but the racing's been good so far.
What do you like the Triple Crown? Would you have liked it as a racer?
No, I don't. Yeah, you like it if you get 3 good starts, right? I mean, I think that the biggest thing about the Triple Crowns is this. So when you have a normal race, you have 2 heat races. So you got the best guys that are split up into 2 heat races. I mean, you only got half the good guys and half the good guys battling for position. Then you kind of settle in, okay, I'm either going to win the heat race, I'll get the heat race bonus or whatever, but I qualify into the main, everyone can kind of chill out. And I think the potential for mistakes and injuries is lessened. Now, with the way the Triple Crown is, you have the entire gate that is battling for that same position 3 times like it's a main event, because it is 3 main events that are very, very important. So I think your risk factor increases with the Triple Crown. But if you're a good starter, so like back in my day, like guys like Jeremy and Fro, they'd be like, hell yeah, this is the best thing ever, because we get good starts all the time. Whereas, guys like myself and LaRocco would be like, shit, well, we'll maybe get 1 good start and have to battle from the back, but then you don't have a lot of time to do it. So I think it probably depends on guy to guy. I mean, the racing's intense, that's for sure. So maybe from a fan's perspective, it's kind of cool. I think from a racer perspective, I think I'm kind of indifferent to it a little bit. It would really just depend, like how good you're feeling on the night, are your starts dialed in at that moment. But things are so much different now. I mean, they're starting off with greats. Everyone's got good electronics on their bikes, that's helping out a lot of things. And I think maybe the average fan or the average racer probably doesn't understand like the level of electronics that's on these bikes. So it's just, there's a lot of dynamic forces that are going on, like that make the Triple Crown so gnarly. But it's always good racing. I mean, the last couple I've been to have been pretty intense. The nice thing is too, I guess about the Triple Crown is with it being 3, you can kind of have like a bad moto and still end up with, okay, I'm not going to lose 12 or 15 points in one night. Yeah, I might lose a couple because your finishes average out a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's the way racing is these days. So there's no getting around it anymore. I don't know. I think there's probably some other stuff that they could do to make it interesting. That I've heard some people say, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. But looking forward to the night, anyways.
All right, cool. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.